Hey, everyone's starting to come in. And happy May. It's nearly the end of May. We're going into June. Oh, April, I mean.
Friday.
It's May on Friday. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, so happy end of April and the beginning of May's coming. So many things going on, and the weather's great, and it's lovely to see. There's Mohammed, and there's our beautiful Sarah from Queensland. How are you going, gorgeous? Then we've got Kelly. Kelly's coming in. So I might just start because Kyra and I, we've got a lot of things to talk about tonight. So I think I'll do the cards now. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. Pick a card, everyone. And if you miss out, you can see the replay because just you can see the replay and that's got everything. Hi, Kelly. How are you? It's good to see you. I hope you're both well. And here we go. There's Susan. Hi, Susan. How are you going in Canberra? You'll have to catch up for a coffee next time you're in Sydney. That'd be great. Hope you're enjoying the beautiful weather. Okay, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So I might do the cards, like I said, and we'll be talking about the flower moon, is it? The flower moon. Kai's going to be talking about that. And also we'll be talking about orbs. So lots of exciting things happening tonight. And of course we'll have all your questions afterwards. Okay, so if you pick number 1, that's the Ace of Swords. And that means you've got some sort of big work coming. You may be you might be waiting for some sort of new work to come. You might have applied for something, or you may have written a manuscript, or you're waiting for a film opportunity, writing opportunity, work opportunity, any sort of opportunity to do with work. This is the Ace of Wands. It's saying work is coming. So probably within the next couple of days, weeks and months, something big is coming for you. So there's celebrations, and here you are feeling very proud of yourself, and congratulations to you for how hard you've worked on any sort of project, whether it be creative or anything that you're thinking of. Now's the time to reap the rewards, because you've got this beautiful Ace of Wands. So if you're looking for a job and you've been unemployed for quite a while, now's the time to really go for it. So think positive and say every day, the universe provides for me always. I'm always safe and secure. I am abundant. So that's a very good affirmation to use, especially when you're waiting for any sort of opportunity to do with money, work or personal gains in that way. The universe supports me all the time. I am abundant in everything I do. It's a wonderful affirmation, isn't it? So celebration times for the people who picked this card. Okay, number two card. That's talking about personal happiness. You may have been going through a bit of a rough time. You may have had problems, with your partner or family members or children, or even people that you love, and people that have been in your life for a long time. And maybe you've had some sort of altercation or something and things aren't going well. But this is basically not time to worry about that. It's more time to think about personal responsibility and what's right for me, because the happier you are, that you'll have better outcomes. And also, the more you love yourself, well, love will come to you. So if you're feeling down, now's the time to just pick yourself up and start to be more positive, because you've got the beautiful 10 of Cups, which is personal happiness in every aspect of all your relationships. So that's a really good time. I love that card. It's quite cozy, isn't it? And the third card is the High Priestess. Oh, I love this card. That's all about you are the priestess, you are the goddess, you are the witch, you are the magician. This is all about the beautiful spiritual awareness you have within you. It's awakening. Maybe you're one of these people that you always know what's going on, but you just sort of don't own it. A lot of people do second guess, and I always say, well, what do you think? And people go, yeah, I think this, and I go, well, you're probably right. When people ask me questions, because we're all connected to our higher selves, and our higher selves is our intuition that tells us, what's going on in this life. So just trust the gut, trust the feeling, You know, trust your feelings, trust your dreams, trust your knowing, trust every single thing inside you. And this may also mean you may be doing some sort of meditation at home or a course, or you might be doing some sort of yoga, something spiritual to bring a bit of balance in your life. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? And also it's a good time to have a journal, to write a journal about things that have been going on in your life, and you look back at that and you'll think, oh my God, I've come so far. This is amazing. And with spiritual awareness, it's also about trust, you know, really trusting the universe and what it brings, and also trusting in the good people that are around you. And then the fourth card is the Nine of Pentacles. That's all about, this isn't a major arcana card, this is a minor, but it's talking about, you know, he's rubbing his hands. Look at all those coins there, all those gold coins. So you may be having some sort of windfall. You may be rewarded in some aspect of your life. But generally, Pentacles is to do with money. So if you've been worried about money problems, money is starting to come. So it's a good time for money. So, you know, if you've got some extra money, maybe you want to buy some shares, or maybe you might want to buy a lottery ticket, or, you know, have a play with money if you've got a bit of money. Don't spend it all. Don't spend it all. And so rubbing your hands together, feeling pleased with yourself and everything you've done. So they're the four cards, 1, 2, 3 or 4. And if you've missed out on that, just look at the replay and it'll go over it. And also after tonight, we upload on YouTube. So if you miss out on any of the shows, you can see me on YouTube and all the shows I've done. So we'll bring Kaja in now. Hello, come in. How are you?
Okay, good.
She's been so busy with all her work, her teaching yoga and your bank job. Always working, aren't you?
I don't have a bank job.
Oh, well, you work in a type of bank, don't you?
No.
Corporate.
No, corporate.
It's corporate.
So funny, when I did work at a central bank, you said I was a bank teller, but I worked in a
didn't.
museum at a central bank. Anyway, look,
it's to do with
yes, I'm
money.
working a lot. I'm working a lot, and you
corporate.
support me and cheer me on, and I'm grateful for that. So,
well, both my girls are very talented. Your sister's about to have a baby soon in the next couple of weeks, isn't she?
yes, she is.
So she's an art teacher, so my girls are really busy, aren't you?
I'm very busy. Yeah, we're very excited for Anastasia becoming a mother.
Yes.
That's a little cracker open
And congratulations to all the grandparents for the first time, or, you know, children coming into the family.
Yeah, so speaking of bloom and things all in bloom, it's the flower moon on Friday night and the 1st of May. So it's celebrated as the flower moon, of course, connected to the Northern Hemisphere, but it's, you know, full moons are all about release, culmination, letting things go, and in Australia we have autumn in the Southern Hemisphere, so it's perfect timing and all about letting go and getting rid of things that no longer serve us, deep release, and allowing things, when we let things go, other things come to us, and we allow other things in life to bloom when we let
I love all the autumn colours.
Yeah.
You know, when it gets really cold, you see these beautiful sort of browny, sort of reddy leaves. You know, they're stunning, and
just so
yellow,
beautiful.
and just the colour. I've got my autumn colours on, and so have you.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Yeah, they are. They're beautiful. I love all
in Sydney.
the changes.
Yeah, so May, 1st of May, flower moon. At the end of the May, we have a second full moon in the month, which they refer to as a blue moon, so it's very auspicious. Also, the Friday full moon is connected to Wesak, all about rebirth and Buddha's rebirth, and it's a very powerful and spiritual full moon.
Why do they call it the flower moon? What?
Like I just said, Northern Hemisphere, it's spring.
Okay.
And, you know, different to us in autumn, but I guess globally we celebrate it as the flower moon, celebrating all things that bloom and come to us in right and divine timing, and as you often share with us, when we let things go and get rid of clutter or negative relationships, you allow space and potential for better things to bloom in our lives.
Also, I've noticed in winter, in autumn and winter, you know, the change of seasons, you also get a lot of dreams. So just make sure that the volume's up on that. We don't want.
Yeah, can everybody hear us okay tonight?
I think it's up the top, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it was up fully. It is up fully.
Oh, good. Yeah, we don't want to look like we're miming. Okay.
No, it's okay. The volume's okay. No news is good news from all of you. But orbs, let's talk about orbs.
Okay, I thought I'd talk about orbs because the other night we went to a show. We went to see Pamela Anderson. I love Pamela because I think she's a great human being. She's Finnish, and she's always been into mystical things. Like a lot of the Scandinavians are really into, the gnomes, the pixies, the fairies, and they're very into their mythical world. And often by the side of the road in those countries, they'll have like little sort of statues or little sort of tributes to the fairy kingdom, which is beautiful, really. And we can do that here in Australia. I always encourage people to have like a fairy garden, a beautiful fairy garden. So we'll just show you the photo of when we went to see Pamela Anderson. These are spiritual orbs. See that? I'll just show you.
They look like two spotlights. You can see them there and there.
Sort of there. I just got it there. See the big white?
Yep, they can see them. They're two white balls. They look like two full moons, one above Kerrie's head, one above mine.
Because it was very busy. And we went through this sort of, I wouldn't say it was haunted, but it was like a railway station. And, in town hall in the city. And it's got a sort of yucky feel, hasn't it? And I know for a fact that you often get earthbound spirits around railway stations because earthbound spirits accumulate around where there's always a lot of people, hospitals, doctors' surgeries, shopping centres, airports, railway stations. There's always a lot of earthbound spirits in those sort of places. So we walked through there and then we took a photo, and that night sort of something jumped on me in the middle of my sleep. So definitely I picked something up on that little adventure. But that's a spirit orb. Now I'm going to talk about the different types of orbs and what they are. And you can put that down. So for a start, has anyone seen an orb? They're usually, you can't really see them with your eye, can you?
No.
But you can pick them up with your camera. Often you'll take a photo, especially with your families, like celebrations. And you might take a photo and then suddenly you think, oh my God, look at those little lights.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Or often, when I'm out in nature and I'm taking photos, especially in the nighttime, I'll always get nature spirits. And they come up as different colours. But so orbs have a intelligence of their own. They're very intelligent, and they're living. They're a living being. So they have an intelligence. So it's not just a little bit of light hanging over there. They actually have their own intelligence.
Yeah.
So that's what an orb is. And as I said, it's much easier to see it with a camera. It's very hard to see it with I've seen them with my eye when I've been clearing out houses, especially haunted places. You can see them. But I'll talk about the different types of orbs. The first orb I want to talk about are the ghost orbs. Now the ghost orbs, what I've seen, they're big and they're thick. They're quite thick, they're quite large, and they can be dark. They're sort of dense. They're very, very dense. And that's usually like, often you see them, have you ever been to, what are those ghost tours?
No, thank you.
Well, people are into ghost tours. Well, often we'll see these big, thick orbs. I don't know if any of you guys have, but, I'm just letting you know that they're around. And they're thick, they're round, and they're not ominous. Not all orbs are ominous.
Yeah.
Except the black ones.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're coming through, when you get contact with some sort of demonic energy, you might see some really, really black orbs, which are nasty. So, just leave, don't hang around.
And if you've got any, so I'm trying to look for an orb photo. If anybody else out there, while we're having this discussion, has got any photos that you think an orb is in, or send them through. Put them in the chat tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, because everyone, I'm inundated on my website. People are always sending me photos of orbs. Oh, what do you think this is? My partner said it was a trick, but no, it's not. Because orbs are real. And a friend of mine, Melina Markin, she's very good with orbs, and she's written a book on it. So if you ever want to Google her, you can. Like she's an expert in the orbs.
Yeah.
She's done a lot of study. Have you met her, Melina?
No.
Oh, she's a lovely girl.
Oh,
And she lives in Sydney, and she's very well known, for her work. So she's written a book on, the consciousness of these orbs and stuff. But so that's the ghost orbs, okay? So the ghost orbs, I've seen them when I used to run seances. Often I'd see some. Well, I don't work with earthbound spirits when I do seances, but I did find in the house there were ghost orbs where the guy lived. He used to have a lot of unwanted spirits there. I'll show you the photos later. But anyway, ghost orbs are spectacular because they're quite big, they're thick, they're kind of yellow, and they move around quite slowly, which is interesting. Then we have the spirit orbs. The spirit orbs are probably that photo there that we showed you. They're spirit orbs. I put it down a bit.
Looks like 2 full moons. Sorry, my
You had your
fingers
finger
covering
on it, yeah.
Sorry, but the Pamela Anderson photo.
They're lighter and they vary in size, and often these are the ones that you will see around families or where there's a few people. You might have loved ones that are coming around when there's large groups of people, and these are living orbs. These aren't earthbound. They're just popping in to say hello, you know. And if you take a photo, and you know, if you enlarge it, often you can see a little face inside of it, which is fascinating. Yeah, you've seen that?
Yes.
And you get the angelic orbs. The angelic orbs are quite very, very white, very, very clear. And often when you sort of enlarge it, you'll see like a sort of beautiful angelic face. So they're the angel orbs. They're quite stunning. And so I'm sure you've all had experience of a spirit orb. As I said, they all have their intelligence. They're not harmful. With the ghost orbs, I'd probably give it a bit of smoke out or a sage. Give it a smoke out. I wouldn't encourage them to be around because, you know, they can be a nuisance, but, you know, the pure white orbs are fine. They're not dangerous at all. Okay. And also, if you go to places like in Brazil where they used to have John of God, or you go to these healing places, here in the Blue Mountains, you know, these places where they meditate, and often, you know, in those sort of places, you'll get probably a lot of angelic orbs.
Right.
Yes, and often in churches you'll see the angelic orbs, the white orbs floating above people's heads. Yeah. You know, which is quite stunning. So look, I think once you're aware, you know, you sort of think, oh my God, I'm going to take my camera out and I'm going to just randomly take photos, and it's quite amazing. It's a different type of phenomena. Yeah. You know, it's fascinating. And then lastly, we have the nature spirits or the nature orbs, and they're beautiful. And again, in these spiritual places, you'll have a celebration of the nature orbs, and they can be different colours. You might get the green ones. I've seen green ones in photos. I've seen blue ones. I've seen, you know, white ones. They're different altogether. Yeah. You know, they're different from the spirit orbs. Spirit orbs are very, you know, white, but these are sort of different colours, and you see them sort of hovering around bushes. Yeah. And when I've taken night photography, I've gone out and I've seen these bzzz, like they buzz above the bush, and then they sort of take off. They don't follow you though. They're just in the bush. Obviously that's where they live. And I've seen them a lot around near beaches, like, you know, for example, Vaucluse, down in that area, near the lighthouse. Yeah. Because when you go down there, you can feel the energy. It's quite wild, you know, the terrain, and it's quite spooky, especially if you've got like a full moon out. Yeah. And especially around, you know, when it's dark, you know, the wind's blowing and sort of it's wild, you know, you can see the bush next to the water, and you can feel the energy. Like there's obviously something.
And are they harmful spirits or?
No, they're just sort of. They accumulate. Okay. You know, I think they're all just having a meeting or something. I've got no idea, but
so Kelly, it is a bit tricky to put it into the chat, but I've got to. Can I show you 2 nature spirits? So I'll just show this is on the phone. You can see that's Kerrie's granddaughter. Kerrie's granddaughter with the orb above her head, dressed as a dragon. It's Symbio Animal Park. So in nature. See her with the kids.
And that's ginormous. Orb. Yeah.
There's 2. There's one above her head and one there.
You
so
just have a look at that.
Sorry.
Got to do it now.
I'll do it.
Sort of the lights on it.
Yeah, there we go. You can see that.
They're incredible. Look at the size of the one on that size, on the other side of the head.
And if we move the photo.
Look at that. They're ginormous. You know, like. That's incredible. They're probably nature spirits, I'd say.
And
big nature spirits.
Too. It's symbiote, lots of Aboriginal energy. See in front of a face there?
Those sort of places you can really feel the energy, because also nature spirits love animals too.
And you can see that's a bit freaky. That's above my daughter's head.
No, they're just coming to visit.
But
they're not
ominous.
Like
a dragon outfit, maybe.
They're not ominous orbs, because they're actually quite light and bright and sort of fluffy. Okay. I told you the ones that you got to watch out for are the dark the darker they are, the more ominous they are. Like the darker
Okay.
ones, the thicker ones, the
Which
yellow ones.
we have,
the
yeah,
yucky
right.
ones. So we'll show you some photos that we've got. So I've shown everybody this before, but I just thought I'd talk about orbs again because so many people love it.
Yeah.
And also,
Proof,
it happens
isn't it?
all the time.
Look at that one. Can you see that one?
It's got a ring around it. See that big, thick white one?
Yeah.
That's not a ghost orb. That was a visiting
Sorry about the
relative.
light. Yeah, that was a relative.
Mm.
You'll see, if you
Jimmy,
take photos on your iPhone, that one that's circled that's at Jimmy's house, your friend Jimmy's
my friend
house.
Jimmy, he was always having orbs around. He was constantly taking photos of orbs.
Yeah. And this is outside as well. You can see the ones in the tree.
See the big clear white ones? See the size of these nature spirits. They're amazing, aren't they? That's what I love about it. They're all different sizes.
Now, Rebecca Hollins posted, when my Nana passed, I had a round burgundy orb and it woke me up with the energy and it was right in my face and slowly floated away and disappeared and felt it was my Nana. And I looked up and the meaning of this colour orb meant, and was wondering if you both had any thoughts or messages in regards to this experience.
Well, I think it's probably your grandmother because you often know who it is because you just trust your feelings because, you know, you're waking up and think, oh my God, I feel my grandmother around me. And then you see this orb, you know, with the beautiful maroon colour. I think she sounds like she's a little bit regal.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe she had good taste in
Or
her
maroon,
clothes.
maybe like ruby
Yeah, maybe
red.
she liked that colour, but that's gorgeous. I loved stories like that because, you know, I've also seen purple ones and blue ones, which are quite stunning, and beautiful green ones.
Yeah.
And they're stunning. You think, oh my God, am I going crazy? This is amazing. You know, like they're like jewels. I see orbs as jewels.
Okay.
How they present themselves. So we've shown that. We've shown. Okay, just want to show more.
But we haven't shown all those ones on the ceiling there.
Yeah, there's heaps in the ceiling. Show them that one. That's in
Kerrie
Jimmy's place.
circulated
His relatives.
Anita Lyons or Leon says, I've seen an orb flying around my ex-sister-in-law's home many, many years ago.
Yeah, probably just one of the relatives coming to visit, I'd say. But look at this. This is amazing. Look at the colour of that. It's purple. See the purple? The purple orb? Isn't that beautiful? We had a very good study of that and we all decided it was his uncle. That's who we thought it was. He'd been sick for a while, he was very close to, so it was definitely a person, it wasn't angelic. He thought it was his uncle when he looked at it, and then he showed it was stunning. So he was amazing how he used to take these orb photos. So, you know, start collecting them, and especially in nature. I mean, if you like taking photos of the moon or going out in nature, and you know, just taking pictures, try and find a place like, even up, like I said, you know, up near the lighthouse, because wow, that's full on down there, that energy.
Yeah, the harbour foreshore in the Vaucluse area, especially near the beautiful new beach that's been restored. If you're in the eastern
There's a lot of paranormal energy down there.
Yeah, down near, in between Camp Cove and
anything on, you know, on the harbour. Or anything near rivers, or anything by the beach, or anything in nature. Also going out in the bush, you'll often get a lot of orbs. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
As I said, you get the nature, but you just have to be aware. And just like in suburbia, we took all those photos at Jimmy's place. And I used to run a group for years, and everyone used to bring in their photos of orbs, and we'd have a discussion about it. It was so incredible. It's beautiful. As I said, orbs, they can't hurt you. It's just a different type of phenomena. Are there any questions tonight?
Anna, there's a lot of questions, but Anna Di Giorgio has mentioned, I recently took a photo at a celebration of life. The person whose partner had passed away was looking into the sunset at their favourite place.
Nice.
Which was an activity they enjoyed doing together, and there was an orb.
That's beautiful. It could have been the loved one coming through.
That's right.
Often you get the feeling,
Yeah.
and when you see it or when you feel it or you take a photograph, think, oh my God, that feels like that was so-and-so, or you usually know because they do communicate to you, the orbs.
Yeah.
They do communicate.
Yeah.
So, you know, just keep an eye out. And I think, you know, it's like anything. Once you're aware of something, things will change, you know.
That's right.
So, if there's not any other questions, we'll move on. We'll do some questions, question time, reading time.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your questions. Please submit them in the chat and be specific.
And I'll just do an ad. I wrote this book on Spirit Rescue. That talks a lot about the orbs. You can buy this online at Amazon, through Llewellyn Publishing, or you can get it as an ebook. It's called Spirit Rescue. It talks a lot about earthbound spirit, talks about orbs, different types of orbs. Also, I've written a book on mediumship. It sort of shows you different ways how to do things with your skills. And then this book, of course, has got bits and pieces. I won a prize for this. I've got lots of books. So just get onto my page and you'll see all the books I've got. And there's so much information there on all types of spiritual aspects. So as a working medium for so many years, I'm quite happy to share my knowledge. So that's why I write books and try and educate people. Yeah.
So our first question, thank you for your questions, the specific questions. Try and make them short and to the point for a short amount of time we have. But the first person we're going to connect with is Michelle Williams. Kerrie, I have had a terrible time and so need to know that life is going to get better. I've had both physical and mental health issues for many years now, and it is starting to feel like it will never change. I've been fighting through what feels like lukewarm, my last amount of strength. I need some love and light. So there's no questions, but let's pick a card or tune into Michelle Williams.
With Michelle, though, I would be looking at not just conventional medicine, like taking medications and stuff. I'd be looking at alternative therapies because I believe in exploring everything, especially with mental health. And and also when you do suffer from mental health and you go and see somebody like a doctor or and you get educated on what to do. So also it's about sticking to the rules and what they say. Do this, do that, do this. You know what I mean? So be open for change, and nothing is impossible. So I feel that sort of you go in cycles a lot. I feel sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not, but also it's about trying different things, and also what makes you feel happy too. But also medical, conventional medicine. Also have a look at alternative therapies too. Like for example, bark flowers are really good.
That's right.
And kinesiology, and we're always working on ourselves, and a lot of us do suffer from. There are a lot of people who suffer from severe mental health out there. And if ever you have any problems or you're going through a difficult situation, just remember to ring the helpline, please, because these people are trained and they'll just talk you through it. So we'll pick a card from. We're working with the flower essences today, so we'll pick that card.
And Kerrie has picked Herbertia. It integrates the intellect with the heart for true wisdom. So tune into the essence of that flower and the healing of that flower, Herbertia.
That reminds me also, I think journal writing would be really good for you too, because it's often very cathartic, isn't it? When you write.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe keep a journal, and looking at that beautiful flower, it's telling me your future's bright. So I can't see it getting any worse, actually. I feel like you're probably just at a bit of a standstill.
That's right. Okay, next question is for Elizabeth Glanville. Is there a good man out there for me, please? I've been so unlucky in love with too many bad boys.
Yes, I can see that. And isn't it awful when you go through these patterns? Again, have you had any healing? Have you looked at alternative therapies? I'm writing to kinesiology at the moment, so that's all I talk about because I know how effective it is. And also, once you get the lesson, you're very aware of, probably through counselling or work you've done on yourself, you're very aware of the patternings. And often you can sense when you're going back into that pattern again, like feeling sorry for them or attracting, people that are losers or users or that sort of thing. And it's just a pattern in it, isn't it? Like I've noticed that I was in a sort of destructive cycle of boyfriends for quite a long time. And I just realised one day I didn't want to do it anymore. So I started being more aware and taking personal responsibility for, I'm starting to love myself, and this guy reminds me of, he's a bit of a player. I could see the red flags. Because after a while you do see the red flags and you think, no. So when you learn to walk away, you sort of get stronger, you get really strong. And you become more aware. Also, look, I'm really into, if I was single, I'd get into dating sites, because to me it's like an interview.
Yeah.
So just go to dating sites, you meet people, and like I was talking to a woman today. I went to my beautician today. I went for a session. She was telling me she went on a date, and I said, how did it go? Because I'm always encouraging her to get out there, to meet guys and meet different people. Just not jump into bed with them straight away, but get to know them. Anyway, she said she sat there and this guy was lovely, but then she's got this thing about hands. And apparently his hands were little.
Wandering?
No, they were really small, like bigger than hers. Like she just looked, she's got this thing about her hands.
Oh.
And the more he sat there, like they're having a drink, she just saw how little he was. First of all, it started with his hands, little hands. Then it went to his arms and his body. And then she started to get so paranoid. And I said, well, what did you do with the poor guy? She said, I realised, she said, I had a few drinks. I tried to like him because he was such a nice guy, but it was the hands. And I said, what is it with the hands? She said, I don't know. It's like, you know how people have got teeth? So, you know, like you meet the person, talk to them, and if they don't feel nice or they're, you know, you just say, well, thank you very much. It was lovely to meet you. Goodbye. And then you drive away or you walk away or do whatever you have to do. We have a choice. So I would definitely go on different dates and go to dating sites. And if you don't like them, just, or you think they're idiots or a waste of time, don't go.
So she didn't lend him a hand?
No, well, he was sitting there and he had these little tiny hands. And she just freaked out, and then she noticed he had very skinny wrists, skinny arms, and obviously wasn't her type.
Yeah.
You know? And I said, what is it with the hands in you? Because she talks about it all the time.
Right.
Because I noticed she has very big hands.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so you've got to be careful when she does your face.
That's right.
Her big hands, yeah. I just thought, I laughed my head off, and I thought, oh God, you're awful. I said, you're awful. But anyway, so she just, it was lovely, but
she knows what she likes.
she knows what she likes. And I'm sure, you know, like it's like if someone had a really bad halitosis or they had a funny smell, or, you know, you think, oh my God, you know,
That's right.
or they ate with their mouth open, you know, things like that. So I'm glad I'm not in the dating scene, by the way. I wouldn't be any good at it. But I would give it a go. I would give it a go. And a lot of people go, oh, I'm not going to do that. That's disgusting. I'm like, get out there. If you don't give it a go, you're never going to know.
That's right.
It's like anything in life.
So do you want to pick a card? Okay. And your card is Fringe Violet, which heals the aura, and it's great for psychic protection.
Yes, that's really interesting. That's also about your spirituality too. So trust the gut and protect yourself from the creeps out there, I suppose, because you're so sensitive. But being sensitive is a good thing too, because you'd know people, you'd be able to read them.
That's right. That's right.
Not everyone's bad, trust me.
Sharon Timbos wants to know what kinesiology is.
Well, how would you explain it? Oh, gee. It's body work, and it works on the muscles. So you don't have to go, it's not like you're going to a counsellor. Oh, when I was 5, this happened to me. You know how they sort of...
So the mind can manipulate and distort stuff, but the body never lies. It stores traumas, but also truth. So it's great for example, a lot of the kinesiology I've had, you put your arm out and they're
you lay on
trained
a bed.
to do testing. It's
It
not
works,
very vigorous.
no,
And they'll ask
it's very
you questions
gentle.
and they'll say, all right, what happened to you when you were 5? What's the issue that happened with you with 5? What's your biggest block? Who do you need to confront?
And you might think, oh my God, I remember I never got on with my mother. Like things come up, and then he just sort of does a few taps and it's released.
And it will come back to
And
you.
it's true,
you
and
clear
it
it and
does
you heal
work. And if anybody wants a good kinesiologist, just inbox me. I know a great guy on the Northern Beaches who's fabulous, and I send all my clients to him. I really believe in it.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
But there's lots of things you can do.
Yeah. But
Sharon's
just ask AI.
Ooh.
AI. All right. So Sharon, Kerrie's picked Banksia Ruber for you. This is a healing card for temporary loss of enthusiasm and interest in life. Sharon, are you going to be getting enthusiastic and with the drums at the beach for the full moon this Friday?
Sharon, you need to get out there and start to go on those dating sites.
Yeah, and get under that moonlight.
You can do it. Look at those spikes. If anybody bothers you, they'll spike. Look at that. You can do it. You're strong.
Okay, the next question is for Virginia Maronese. Hi, Kerrie and Kaja. I was hoping that I could have some advice from the beautiful spirits. Maybe my beloved father who has passed. Is my father coming through?
I feel the first thing I'm getting, I feel your father was a very, very generous person. He's very kind, very generous. He was into the family, and you and him had a very strong connection. And, you know, often he reminds me of a soulmate for you, because again, I understand that because my father is a soulmate connection to me, and whereas, you know, doesn't mean you have to be married to them. Soulmate is someone that you really connect to, that are from your soul group. So I feel he was actually from your soul group. I just feel he's telling me his passing was quite quick at the end, he's saying, and he's in a good space, and I don't know whether he's made contact with you, but he knows what's going on in your life, and he's. I feel that there may have been a bit of conflict around you in the last time. He's talking about some sort of conflict. He's just saying walk away, don't take any rubbish, and be very particular who you allow in your life and start to nurture yourself is what he's saying. But he's a good guy and he's keeping an eye on everyone, and he sends his love. And also, I don't know if your father was into dogs, but I feel someone around him had a little dog. I'm seeing a picture of a little dog. I don't know whether it was his dog, could have been a foxy or something. He's with, or it's somebody who he's with. And also there's someone on the other side, a female, who had problems with her legs towards the end of her life. I feel she couldn't walk. I don't know whether that's his mum or it's your grandmother or someone like that, but I feel this lady couldn't walk to the end of her life and she was very frustrated. But if you've got any conflicts going on in your life or you've had it in the past, time to move on. Don't go back again because you've got new things coming, new cycle, new things, sending his love. He'll always watch out for you, and just, sometimes he may come through in your dreams.
And Kerrie has picked the flannel flower card for you. So the energy, the healing energy, is all about ease and enjoyment of intimacy and expressing feelings. Expressing feelings and ease and enjoyment of intimacy. Just tuning into the healing energy of the flannel flower.
I love the Australian bush flowers.
Gentle, beautiful,
You
powerful.
can actually go out into nature and actually pick these yourself and make different essences.
Yeah, I'll tune into them.
Yes.
Right, the next question is for Jocelyn Stevens, and she's put all these beautiful red roses next to her question. Thank you for the beautiful roses,
Thank
Jocelyn. Hi Kaja, hi Kerrie. Is there a significant financial improvement or breakthrough ahead? Thank you kindly.
I don't know whether you're going to be entering in some sort of contract or something, or getting some sort of help from an accountant or someone that knows money, but I feel there is. But I can see this happening because I'm getting some sort of contract or some sort of document that's going to help you with your financial problems, because it just feels like it's Groundhog Day for you. It just goes on and on and on, and it's very draining, and you sort of can't see the end. And you're very limited in your life because you worry about it all the time. And I feel that a lot of it has got to do with sort of different choices. But at the end of the day, you always land on your feet. You always get what you want. So I do see there will be a breakthrough. I feel definitely this year there's some sort of breakthrough coming, and I feel you'll be able to see yourself. It's through some legal thing, some legal or some money person will be helping you. So yeah, you'll be fine. I know it's scary, but these people know what they're doing.
And Kerrie has picked bush gardenia for you. It renews interest, communication, and passion. So tuning into the energy of the bush gardenia, renewing interest, communication, and passion. Okay, the next question is for Hayley Price. Hello, Hayley. Hi, ladies. I need some help and guidance for my daughter who's currently having a hard time. Please help me how to move forward, or if there's any messages from my mother in the spirit.
I was about to say, you've got a lady around you. I don't know if she had cancer or something. She's very close to you. She was very full on. She's furious what's happening to your daughter. It's almost like a bullying thing. I don't know if it's a school or something's going on. And but your daughter will have the resilience to walk away from this. I don't feel this is sort of character building in a way, because my daughter was bullied for years. My youngest daughter, she was bullied for years, and she's a pretty tough character these days. So, your mum is furious about it because she was very much for the girls. She was a real girly, supported the girls, loved the girls, and she was involved in everybody's life, But yeah, if it's at the school, I'd definitely be going up and talking to them. But I'm being told that she's, it's just crap going on. And I feel maybe some of the parents are involved as well. Like, how they stick up for their little brats. That really makes me angry. But I definitely get this. There's a lot of shit going on. Look at that. It's the Page of Swords. That's what I'm getting. So it's not good. But, I feel you're a bit of a Viking. I feel you're going to get up there and cut their heads off. I would. I used to do it all the time. I was always up to school telling them off and carrying on. I was like a nutcase. But look, I get a good feeling about this. I feel it will resolve. Your mum's saying don't stress out. You've done everything you can. It's to do with character building, because I do feel she will turn around from this. I don't know. I feel she's I don't know if she's good at sport or dancing, whatever she does, but I feel she's quite talented. So maybe sort of get her more involved in things that she loves. And maybe a bit of counselling too is really good. But I don't feel it's her fault. I feel it's the people around her. And I wouldn't be happy about that. I'd be straight up there. If it's work, school, wherever it is, I'd be there, but that's the sort of mother I am, and I know you feel the same. But no, your mum's just saying she'll be fine. Look, your mother, your mother's talking about your mother. I think she was dressed nice, and she knew all your friends. Your mum. She's telling me she loves your friends. She loves school. She's a real girly girl, your mum, and she's just so excited to come through tonight, is what she's saying, because we'll always be connected. And she's just calling you my girl. And she said, you know what to do. You've been thinking about what to do, so she wants you to do it, is what she's saying. And I don't know, you might have been a bit sporty too when you were younger. You're quite sporty, is what she's saying. But she said you always had a lot of friends. She had some nice girls around you, but you didn't suffer fools gladly. Like, you get up there and you tell them off if anything was happening to you. So she didn't have to worry about you. But this one, she's a sensitive one. So just stand by her, and I do get a good outcome.
Okay, and Kerrie has picked Baronia. Baronia releases obsessive thoughts, enhances creative visualization. Baronia.
Yeah, that's about sort of trying different things, really, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, looking at your different options. But when it comes to kids, I'm the first one up there. I would not ever let my kids get bullied.
That's right.
You never had any problems, did you, really?
Yeah, I did, but I never told you about it.
Yeah, but you threw yourself into you knew I'd be up in my car, that's why.
That's why I knew that
she was too
killed him. I was
scared.
too scared. But yeah, no, very protective, great mum, but I was very different. I just kept it, I zipped it up.
Because I'd be up at the school, but you did get into acting, remember?
I did, and I got bullied at acting school.
Yeah, but you got the best. You won the award, remember?
No, that was at primary school. Anyway, moving on.
High school.
Anna Risby.
Yeah.
Hi, lovely ladies. I feel like this is serendipity that I am tuning in tonight. I desperately need some advice. I'm feeling unappreciated at work, although I love my job. There is one particular person there that I don't think is my biggest fan and seems to enjoy stirring things up. I feel that I can't keep doing it for much longer, but I just don't know what it is I'm supposed to do. There are so many things that appeal to me, but I'm sick of making other people rich, and I love to do something for myself. Do you get a sense of what might be my calling?
Look, I feel this is a pattern with you. I feel there's a lady in the spirit world. I don't know if she had dolls, like dolls, something about dolls. I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, she's saying that you've always been artistic like she was. I think your mum was artistic, or you've got someone in the spirit world who was very artistic. And she said you've always been artistic and doing lots of things. But I can't see you staying in this job, because to me, they're all a bunch of dummies, the people there, and they're nasty, and it's sort of like, it's almost like, let's pick on someone. I was in a similar situation myself when I worked in operating theatres as a registered nurse. I used to work in operating theatres, and I just didn't gel with the other people, so I was always picked on. So I just thought, and I sort of went somewhere else. Like, I'm getting move on. I feel this job is like, it's not a good job. It's shitty. You don't feel good. Just start to look around and start to do what you want to do. Look, when I look into you, I just see a lot of opportunities of different things that you're thinking about, and maybe sort of, even if you did something sort of for yourself, work for yourself or something, or doing something like that, because I just feel you'd be great. This is spirit sort of shaking the cage and saying, come on, well, what do you want to do? Because I feel very much you're just sort of compensating, by being in this stupid job anyway, because you don't love it. You don't love it. And why don't you look around for something part-time and sort of do some sort of crafty things, or I know the lady was crafty in the spirit world, but do something that you love and you're good at, and get paid for it. So this is an opportunity for you to look around and look at the different opportunities and the different skills that you can do. This job, it's shitty, it's awful, and it's full of rats, and they all dob each other in and that. So I wouldn't even stay there for a minute. I'd be looking for something else, because it's starting to affect your health.
And Kerrie's picked freshwater mangrove for you. It releases expectations and prejudices.
Yeah, it's just that there's a lot of fools. But the other thing is you need to cut the ties with this person, and it's on my website. It's called Cutting the Ties, and then you write their name on a piece of paper and you burn it, and that transmutes the energy. You can do all that, and you can protect yourself by putting a big white bubble around you in a blue cloak. But I feel I'm getting there's other opportunities, time to move on, because this job is awful job. Yeah, we don't stay in awful jobs. Life's too short.
Yeah, but sometimes financially it's tricky. You feel
well, look for something else and then build on that. I've had situations like this. I've had to leave a job because I got treated like crap, and I always get something else, and and then it builds. Just stepping out into the unknown.
That's right.
You don't stay in a job because you have to, because there's always something else.
Yeah, have the faith, or just find something first before you.
It's like, men and women that stay in an abusive relationship. Why do they stay? Because they don't want to try something else. It's the same thing in a way.
But also, I stayed in a toxic job for a very long time just for the security and just
Wasn't good.
put up with stuff. But in the end, it worked out in my favour because I stuck it in until it was redundancy time, and I got paid to leave in the end. But anyway, that was my.
I just feel there's something new coming for her.
Yeah.
I don't see you staying. There'll be something better will come.
And again, the theme of the full moon, letting go, releasing stuff.
And you need to put it
allow
out there too. You need to say, universe, help me move on, find me a really good opportunity, please. And it'll come.
Yeah.
You need to put it out there, because this is ridiculous. It just seems Groundhog Day goes round and round for you at this place.
Yeah.
They're not nice people.
No, and May will be an intense time. There's 2 full moons at the beginning and at the very end of the month, and it's all about releasing, deep release, letting go, so you create space for the better things to bloom and flow your way. Anyway, so we'll move on to Alexis Marie. So Alexis Marie is hoping for some guidance and hope, as our bird is missing and has been for 4 days. We are devastated and hoping my family on the other side, my nonno, might guide me to her.
I feel that someone's got your bird. I don't feel your bird's dead. I feel your bird's still alive. I feel someone's taken the bird and captured it. So I'd be doing advertising. I'd be writing, I'd be offering rewards, or maybe putting on telegraph poles, because I can't see the bird coming back by itself. I feel someone knows the bird, seen the bird, got the bird is what I'm getting. I feel someone's got it, because I don't feel it's gone far. So I do feel the bird's safe. So I'd be advertising, because I do feel there is an opportunity for that bird to come back, that they just don't know who it belongs to. So start advertising. I'm seeing writing on telegraph poles, posters, that sort of thing. And I'm sure your nonna's working overtime to find that bird. It's horrible.
That's right.
Very much terrified, but someone's got that bird. It's safe.
And that's your card, 5 corners. So put the posters on 5 different corners everywhere on the corner, and tune into self-love and acceptance of self-confidence. That's the message of the card. That's pretty spot on, that flower healing card.
Love
flower
it.
power.
No, I feel someone's got the bird. I don't get the bird's dead. I feel the bird's safe.
Okay, Kathy. Kathy is next. Hi, lovely ladies. I'm in a good place. I would like to know, however, if someone is trying to push me out socially.
I feel yes. I feel it's been going on for a while, and you can feel it. And I think that I feel it's a female, and I feel she's quite a nasty person. I feel she just gossips, and I get a lot of gossip around you. So I'd be telling you, I wouldn't be trusting the people around you, because I feel everyone's talking about everyone, and I don't feel you're going to stay in this group anyway. I feel you'll move on, because this has sort of been going on for a long time. It's kind of like they pick on people. They pick on someone. So I'd be moving on and trying something else, because you don't want to hang around with people like that anyway. They're toxic. I do see the gossip card around you, gossip, talking, bitching, and I feel it's a female, and I feel she does it to everyone. Like, she seems to get kicks out of it. You know how you get these nasty dark souls, and it's gone on for too long, and I feel there's quite a few people who are uncomfortable with it, but nobody does anything, because the woman's often, you get these narcissistic people, don't you? So I know you feel it, and you're not invited to things. It's very sad, but who wants to hang around people like that? So I'd be moving on. That's happened to me many times in my life. I just have to move on and get rid of that anxiety that you feel in your chest, because it's wrong that you go there all the time, and you're putting up with it, and you think, stuff you, I'm still going to do it, but it's not worth it, because the people, they're all toxic, those people, if they're going to carry on like that. You don't want dark energies around you.
And
you're
check,
too sensitive.
Check the card that we've picked. Rough Bluebell transforms spite and manipulation into love and compassion.
Yeah, I feel not one, there's 2 people around you quite toxic, and they just talk shit about it, because they've got nothing else to do.
Yeah, so just
it's like bullying. It's like school. It's like bullying.
Tune into that flower power to transmute all that negative energy into love and compassion.
So you just cut them
off. Why do they behave that way as well?
Because they're boring, and they've got nothing else to do, and you've got a lovely shining light, and they haven't. It's jealousy, it's spite. There's awful people like that, and they're toxic. You can taste it in your mouth.
Okay, so Steph Mathers has messaged, am I taking questions? Yes, Steph, I've been reading out the questions for the past half an hour. And the next lady is Kylie Veray. Hi, ladies. Kerrie, is my sister okay? She has not spoken to me for 2.5 years. I've written her letters as you said to do, but no reply. I have heard her and her partner have split and her car has died, so she has 4 kids and no car in Brisbane. She has also cut contact with our brother. Is she coming back to Sydney to live, and will I hear from her? I'm so worried about her.
Look, with her, you need to let her go. I feel she's sort of, it's a big betrayal for you, the way she's behaved. You have reached out, you have asked her for help. I feel she has become brainwashed by this person that she was with, so she will work it out. And if she needs help, she will pick up the phone. You've let her know that I'm here for you, but at the moment I'm getting it's crossed swords. Like, I feel she's very proud too, and very bloody stubborn lady is what I'm hearing. Very stubborn. And I don't know whether you've got a grandmother in the spirit. She's always been stubborn her whole life, and she's very stubborn. Look, I feel when she's ready she'll come, and it's almost like I told you so. Like, she's a bit embarrassed by the whole thing as well, but I feel she's a survivor. She's doing okay, and she's a good mother too. But you know, this sort of cohesive behaviour she's been with her partner is pretty bad. Like, you know, sometimes people need to lick their wounds by themselves, and then when they're ready they'll come forward and they'll ask for help when they want. But you know, a lot of people that go through these really hard times, they don't want to be a charity case. So often they sort of will lick their wounds and they'll come when they're ready. But just let her know that you're here you're there for them, and when she wants to, she can ring, and let her do that. Because if you go rushing up there and keep bombarding her all the time, she'll just turn away. Because I'm hearing she's a very stubborn lady. Yeah. Very set in her ways. She's angry too, because she feels like the fool.
And the healing flower for you is Angel Sword for clear spiritual communication and discernment. Tune into the healing energy of Angel Sword, flower power for clear spiritual communication and discernment. And you can always speak to people psychically, can't you?
You can. What you can do, you just, first of all, you visualise the bubble. It's called Talking to the Higher Self. It's on my website. If you want to have a look at the different articles I've got there. But the higher self meditations, you just close your eyes and you visualise yourself in a pink bubble, and you call the person in and you ask permission to talk to them. You'll get a yes or a no. If you get a no, you have to do it another time, but generally it's a yes. So you do the yes and you just say, look, I'm really worried about you. You can ring me anytime, and you can do that, and they will know. They will know that you're trying to communicate with them. And if they want to, they will contact you. Right. But, you know, she sounds like she's going through her own demons. Also, she's going through a lot of emotions with her partner. And I feel she's been trained for a very long time by him. You know how they get that, they train them? It's almost like, what do they call it? The something syndrome. And they make them sort of, so I do feel she's got a lot of help around her from, I don't know, from different people that are helping her. I don't know if they're so friends, but I definitely feel maybe some counselling or something she's doing. So she'll be ready in her own time. But talk to her higher self and just tell her you love her and you're there. But don't go bombarding her, but she'll come in her own time is what I'm getting. I feel she'll come in her own time. And I do feel that she may have some sort of work around her too.
Okay, no, we've already picked a card for her. So the next person is Tracy Vanderwell. Hi, Kerrie and Kaja. My landlord has decided to sell his property we are renting. Do you see my son and I having to move soon or later, or will we get to stay we love the home?
I feel he's going to sell it, and I feel someone will want to move in. So I'd be looking around for somewhere to live. I don't get an investor. I feel someone will actually want to buy the property. So I'd be looking around now if I was you. I definitely feel that you will find another property, and I don't feel it's very far from actually where you live. So I do feel there's another property for you. I'd be looking around because I feel whoever buys this will want to move in. And I do feel that you'll find something in your financial budget. Sometimes it's good for a change, isn't it? So it's not a bad thing.
And Kerrie has picked She Oak, balance and a sense of well-being for women. So that's a feminine essence. She Oak, balance and sense of well-being.
Definitely you'll find something. And I don't feel it's that far from actually where you live.
Okay, Rosie and Fig. Hi Kerrie and Kai, I have been in a temporary senior executive position at my workplace for 3 years. Do you see it becoming permanent, substantive in this workplace?
What I'm picking up, I feel it's a very, very competitive place, and even though you're very good at what you do, I do feel that they're definitely going to advertise it as well. And I would just be wary of people with other skills trying to come in, because I feel you deserve it, but they've sort of never really given it to you. So I feel that there's someone else around this job that wants it, is what I'm getting, or might want it. So you might have to go for an interview to get the job. Will you be successful? I just feel at the end you'll be successful, but don't, don't trust that they're going to do the right thing by you, because I feel that they're going to put you through the hoops, is what I'm getting. And because there's always people, looking for other jobs. And the other thing is, there is something coming for you. There is another position there in this company. I don't know if it's this job, but I feel there's something else there. I've got to be honest, that's what I'm getting. So I feel that they may give it to someone else who's got higher qualifications, even though they'll get you go for the interview and you've been doing it for 3 years. Sometimes they don't care. They get these sort of younger people come in, they've got more experience or education. So there will be another job there because you're a very good worker and they like you. So you've got something, okay? There's not nothing, there's something.
And Kerrie's picked the red Suva frangipani. It nurtures and gives strength to cope with relationship upheaval, and it gives you inner peace and confidence.
Also, you're in a position where this looks very good on your CV, so just have a look around anyway, because I don't really trust these people. I don't know if they're really going to do the right thing. I still feel that there's someone else that's going to come in and try and get that job. You know what they do?
Yep.
Yeah, they make you go for the interview. Oh no, we've got this woman because she's had training in this or whatever. Like, they're not very loyal, these sort of people, are they?
No.
But that, that position you've had, like the CEO or whatever, that's very good on your resume. So start looking around for another job as well, and maybe do some bargaining. That's what I'd be doing. I'd make myself more wanted, so to speak. Don't trust people like that, because often they renege, don't they? Especially if you've been there for 3 years, you think, surely I'd get it. There's always someone else in these corporations, that's for sure.
That's right.
I've seen it so many times. I just don't trust them, actually.
Okay, Rowena Dempsey. Hi Kerrie, my dad recently passed and my mother is in the spirit world. Any messages from my dad or my parents in the spirit world for Rowena?
Yeah, Rowena, I feel that even though I feel your mother was exhausted by the time she passed, and I feel that she sort of lost all her energy, so her passing was sort of, it wasn't really sad, it was sort of the end of a hard time is what I'm getting, and I don't feel she suffered, I just feel she was exhausted. She was quite happy to go, and she's telling me that she's seen your father over there and things haven't changed, so she's very busy. When your mum was younger, she was a very busy person. She was always active, very busy, very family, and did everything for everyone. So her life was full of being a busyness is what I'm getting. And I don't know if you're similar, but she's in a good space. She's telling me she didn't suffer. She said she was exhausted at the end. She's telling me you're a very responsible and strong girl, so she's got no worries about you. But she would like you to keep an eye on the family, because to be organised things and to sort of just see what's going on. There was no sadness. There's no sadness around. I feel she was just really happy to go because she was exhausted, actually. And I just see her passing was quite beautiful. And she's in a good place now. She's in a good place. And just make sure you get someone to help you clean everything up too, is what she's saying. Don't do it by yourself. And also, I don't know if you arranged the flowers at a funeral, but she's just saying thank you for the flowers. And she's very gracious, very beautiful, very, very beautiful soul.
She's saying the father passed recently though.
Well, the mother was the one who was doing all the talking. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like she's in control with him and telling him what to do up there. Very, very, the mother, very busy, very organised.
And Bluebell is your healing card. It opens the heart to tune into that beautiful Bluebell energy to keep your heart open, especially through grief, I imagine.
Whatever's going on, everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Your father's in a good space, mum's in charge.
And lucky last is Dana Harris. Hi Dana. Hi Kerrie. Have I got a unit close to Brisbane, and is Margate a good area for me?
Look, I get a good feeling about Margate. I know you've been living in your tent, it's been very difficult, but you just got to persevere, it's what we said before. And I just feel I don't know, with the rent, I could feel it could be a little bit high.
She's saying, do you think Moray Field is a good location?
I would just take anything I got. You need to take anything you get, what's given to you, because I just feel that I feel you like where you go, but I don't feel you've got a lot of choices. I just take the first thing they give me, because I feel wherever you're living, it seems to be a high density of people who don't have anywhere to live. And so I would take the first thing they give me. Could be a little bit more rent, but I feel it'd be worth it, and I can see you being happy, and I feel good results are coming for you. I know I keep saying that, but I can't see this going on for much longer, so you will be okay. Just see what you're doing now as a holiday. Even though
And Kerrie speaks Spinifex. It empowers through emotional understanding of illness. Spinifex.
yeah, that's telling
Strong.
you that you're very strong. You've been through everything. You've been living in a tent. It's been very difficult. You know what it's like to be homeless, and it's awful. But this new place, I feel it's going to be a lot better for you, but you need to take what they give you. I don't feel you'll have a choice. So you can't go sort of and whatever, just say yes please and just take it and just see how you go. You just need somewhere to go, like an opening. Once you get there, things can change.
Excellent. So we're finished. The hour of power is over. That went so quickly. Which of your books has got more information about orbs?
Probably Spirit Rescue.
Spirit Rescue. So you can get these books via the website.
Yeah, there's lots of books on the website or Amazon.
Yeah.
I've written about 14 books and you can buy them on Amazon, but the one for the orbs is the Spirit Rescue book. Yeah.
And all the free meditations are on the website
They're
as
on the
well.
website in the audio section. Also, I've got different articles like Talking to the Higher Self.
Yeah,
If
which
you're
is a
having
good one.
problems with someone, you just visualize a beautiful pink bubble. You stand in it, you call the person in, and you talk to them lovingly. And they will hear you. No matter what you think, they will hear you. They'll know that you're thinking of them. It's a very, very powerful technique.
And also the cutting of the ties for
I've
the
got the cutting of the
intense
ties.
energy.
But
in
look,
May.
the other thing, guys, which came up big tonight, I really feel if you are in a toxic relationship or a toxic work environment, I really feel it's time to take your power, and start looking around and start making changes, because, it's not going to happen unless you do it first. Will I get the job? I've been here for 3 years. Look, I'd be putting that on my resume and looking for other work. And and then saying, well, do you want me or not? Because I've just got this other job.
Yeah.
I feel, you really have to fight for what you want. You don't just sit back. It's about taking your power, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
in
right.
every aspect.
That's right.
And even helping people, if they don't want your help, don't. And if you want to talk to them, talk in the bubble, in the higher self, and they will hear you. And then if they want to contact you, they will. You're not chasing them.
That's right.
Sometimes people need to lick their wounds, don't they? Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it. We'll see you next fortnight, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We might do a Mother's Day show or special afterwards.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or
And
something
also,
else.
look, happy taking photos of the orbs. So get your phones out and start taking photos at family functions, out in nature. Not daytime, probably nighttime's easier. Or if you just feel something's around, just take photos. It's interesting, isn't it? And you'll think, oh my God, look, I found an orb. And you'll see more and more and more.
That's right. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.